Bien.
Ah, il va bien, il est bien fluffy là en ce moment.
Un fluffy, ouais,
Ah ouais,
j'imagine, c'est l'hiver.
ouais,
Donc, c'est son poil tout doux.
ouais. Ah ouais, voilà.
All
Ah, ton téléphone. Ah, tiens, celui-là, le téléphone
right,
portable.
we are live.
Great.
Ok.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
I am here with the band Oddleaf, and they have just released their debut album. And if you could introduce yourselves.
Une photo. Hi. It's always me, the first one. So, hi, my name is Karina. I am the keyboard player of Oddleaf and the composer for this very first album.
Vas-y, Clem.
Ah,
C'est à
I'm
toi.
Clément. Hello everyone. I'm the drummer of Oddleaf. I play drums in Oddleaf. Yeah, very happy to be here with you, Ron, and everyone.
How I'm Matt, and I play the flute. This is acoustic flute. This is electronic flute. This mysterious instrument, and I am flutist, and I also sing backing vocals. Like you,
Like me.
you missed it.
Yeah, I missed it.
Not me.
Yeah, so I've been listening to your album, and one thing that I noticed that was different is the singers.
You're right.
And how did that go about with the change?
With the change, actually, it was quite smooth, I would say. So for the people who follow us since what is it, like 2020, the year 2020, we started with another singer. It was a male singer. He's called Olivier Marco, and he was with us since the beginning, and he recorded the first demos, like Life and Moonless Night, and we were really happy to have him. It's a wonderful human being, but at the end it didn't work out because as Matthew and me, we come from the early medieval music scene. We do medieval music. We are modern minstrels. And Olivier, our first singer, he comes from the same world, the medieval world. So for him, this progressive rock music world was quite new to him. And Oddleaf was more like a project for him. So he wanted to try something new. And yeah, so we recorded some demos with him. And at the end, it didn't quite work out because he was not as much passionate for progressive rock as we are. It was really new for him. He was a little bit lost, and yeah, so he was really happy to work with us. He was really motivated. It was a joy to work with him because, as I said, he's a wonderful human being. But yeah, at the end, we had to stop, and we still remain friends. But we found Adeline. Adeline Goetner, our new singer, which is a wonderful singer. She is incredible. And she was meant for Oddleaf. She was meant for Oddleaf. She's just perfect for us. She's really, really motivated. She has lots of energy, and we are really, really happy with her. So Adeline, if you see us, we love you.
Yeah, I like the male contribution, the vocals, and I also like the female because I mean, even in this age, we still don't have a lot of, I mean, we have more female singers in progressive rock than we had in the past, but not the ratio between male female is still the females very low. You know, it's not, and it's all, for me, it's always something welcoming, you know, because you get a different perspective, you know. I always thought, you know, the female perspective, you're getting Mother Earth, you know, she's
nice.
more nurturing.
It's a nice approach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I also think that we need more women in the progressive rock scene. It's maybe I'm maybe the only one who thinks that, but I think we desperately need more female energy in the progressive rock scene. Yeah. So, but I saw that there are, like you said, a lot of women, like keyboardists, bass players, even drummers who play in progressive rock bands now. This is really great. I'm really happy to see that.
Well, I want to start off with talking about the songs. The first song is "The Eternal Tree." A nice little introduction and an intro piece.
Yeah, it's it was important for us to explain our album cover a little bit. Why is there this big tree? What does it mean? And for me as a composer, I'm really passionate by movie soundtracks, movie scores, game soundtracks. I was really inspired by this. And so we start the album with that. It's a little, how to say, a little suspense and appetizer and suspense before it really goes into the album, the real songs. So yeah, it was quite funny to compose this one. And I was also really inspired by the music of the 70s. Like some people told me they hear a little bit of
Mike
Oldfield in the intro, which is not wrong, because I love Mike Oldfield, and I thought, yeah, why should we hide our inspirations? So for this very first album, we really show our love for the 70s progressive rock.
And then you go into the song "Life."
Life, yeah, it's an ode to nature. It's a kind of explanation of what we are living actually, about the earth, the climate change, and so it has some really positive parts, and also so darker.
Yeah.
And the darker part speaks about the threat that we will have to face, and that we are already facing. And the brighter parts are more a resilience message about the thing that nature doesn't matter about humanity, and it will always be here. And even after humanity has changed or is gone, it will be there, and it will be renewed as much as it's needed.
Right.
So this was actually the very first song. Yeah, it was the very first song I composed back in 2020. I started to compose it in 2019, and for me, the theme Mother Nature is really important for us. It's really important for Oddleaf, this nature, coexistence, ecology, humanistic themes, and I think one can hear that in the lyrics, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, I notice when she sings about the resilience, you feel hopeful, and then when she's talking about the darker side of things, you start kind of like it's being realistic at the times, that, and it's really nice on Bandcamp where you have the lyrics there. You can follow the lyrics so you know what's going on. I mean, that goes back to me when you opened up the albums and you just followed along with the lyrics, because you always, I mean, I think more progressive rock fans than any other kind of music fans are more interested in the lyrics than, let's say, the regular rock fans. Some are, but most of them, it's the progressive rock fans that are more interested as to what the singer is singing about. And then you go into ethereal melodies.
Yeah, this is the first song we brought out this year. It's our little single, a long single.
The music video.
Yeah.
There is a music video we incite you to see.
Yeah, we made a music video. It's motion designer from Paris who made an incredible work. We are really happy with this video. It turned out beautifully. And the song Ethereal Melodies is actually really important for our band because it explains our band name in the same time. So why are we called Oddleaf? And so many people ask us, why are we called Oddleaf? And we spoke before, should we tell you why we are called Oddleaf? And we don't want to, because I want to tell you, listen to the song Ethereal Melodies, listen to the lyrics carefully, and maybe you will find out why we are called Oddleaf.
Anyway, this track gather every theme about the artwork, the cover artwork, the band name, the album name also. The album name comes from the lyrics, and it was so it showed anything you have to listen in the rest of the tracks was inside this piece of lyrics where ideal and denial collide, and that's why we decided to take it as a album name, even if it's a bit long.
It's a bit strange.
Anyway, people will call it the first album, the debut album. It's
well, I think it's always good that you leave a little bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
Whether it's for the band name or if it's a concept album or even the individual songs. And I can't speak for other progressive rock fans, but I like that because I want to find out on my own. I don't want people telling me.
Right.
I don't, it's like on certain rock music by their title of the song what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
But in most progressive rock songs, you don't, and because the title is just the title for the most part, and and it's good to have a mystery.
Yeah. So
especially going back each time to listen. I've listened to this album I think now 4 times, and I hear new things each time, and that's another thing I love about progressive rock is that when it's done well, you can go back and listen, and you hear, oh, I don't remember that part from the last time.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
so. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's the same for us, I think, to discover new things in every song. So the only thing I have to say about Ethereal Melodies is it speaks about a world tree, and the world tree is an allegory of humanity. So that's the only thing I will tell you. And for the rest, you have to find out.
And then you go to the next song, Back in Time.
So, do you want to-
Ouais. It's a psychofiction about a woman who is so nostalgic about her childhood that she lives in this world, in our world, and our world is moving really fast, and she misses the past. And this feeling is so hard that at the end of the track, she reaches a state of madness. That's why the track finishes in a kind of a finale, you know, really mad.
Yeah, crazy finale.
And this is the track that conveys the message that we live in a really fast world. It's going really fast, and it could be normal that most of us, a lot of us, it has been studied, are the more and the more nostalgic. Maybe that's why a lot of art doesn't find the way to be really renewed, and they warm up again some old old movies, old series. They recycle a lot of old things, but
Right.
but our time doesn't create so much really new and creative new things.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think Back in Time is the only nostalgic song of the album. It's a song a little bit sad at the beginning, a little bit, I wouldn't say negative, but it sounds a little bit sad. And yeah, it's, I composed it when the pandemic hit and we were all locked up in cages like birds. So it was a really difficult time for us. And normally I'm really inspired to write music when I'm happy, when I'm full of joy, when I'm in a good mood. But this time I can remember I was really devastated and really sad. It's not like me. Every one of you, every human being on this planet
Right.
was really sad. And I couldn't go to see my family for like 1.5 years. They don't live in France, they live somewhere else. And it was really difficult for me because I love my family. It was a crazy time. So I was really inspired by this negative and sad feeling, and Back in Time came like an avalanche. Came like an avalanche, and yeah, it's an important song for us as well because yeah, everybody knows how it felt like to be locked up and to be
Right.
separated from loved ones.
And the spoken word, that name, I'm sure it's probably not who I think it is, but because
Dan Curtis, yeah,
Curtis.
he is a voiceover artist, and we found him on the internet because we needed a English speaking people voice, and but the words, maybe you recognize some of them.
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
If you search, you will find out.
They are quite known.
Yeah, it's quite known, especially in America. It comes from a novelist, but we can't say much
about that. Why not? But, yeah.
No, the reason why I was asking about that, because there was someone here in the United States very famous. Well, not he was famous in the horror movie business. And his name was Dan Curtis, but he made movies.
Okay. No.
And he directed. So I was like going, no, it can't be the same.
No,
it's not the same. No.
Okay.
Okay.
He also did a lot of stuff for the old TV series Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's, you know, then go up to the next one, Prelude.
Lewis, yeah. Do you want to say something about that? Really, with me. Clément, tu veux dire quelque chose?
Bah,
Salut les Français, s'il y a des Français qui nous écoutent.
Ouais. Sorry, we speak French in the same time. Prelude is like the name says, it's the prelude to the song Coexistence. And yeah, it's just some synth sounds, a lot of keys, and if you listen carefully, you hear a bird of prey, you hear some whale song, and
Yes.
at the beginning you hear wings. What's the name in English?
Wings flap.
Oh, flapping.
Flapping, wings flapping, because there's a bird of prey in the air, and in the middle of the prelude, the bird, how to say, dives down into the, it's not the bird who dives into the ocean, but it's just to show that it goes into the ocean to the whales. And Coexistence, the name says everything, I think. Is also a really important song for us, because I mean, coexistence, we need more coexistence on this planet between human beings, between humans and animals, humans and nature. It's all, we are all linked. It's coexistence, we need it. And so for this first part, it's an instrumental, and it's a really important song for us, but every one of the listeners has to figure out what it means for himself. Coexistence. So what does it mean? And there will be obviously a part 2 with lyrics, with Adeline who sings on it, and hopefully this will be a big epic. So yeah, Coexistence, really beautiful song, and we love to play it live. It's a blast.
I would say it's the most complex song we play so far.
Yeah.
A lot of tricky time signatures and changes, and it's very cool to play. It's a kind of a challenge every time.
Yeah.
But because a lot of different moods to play well, and so yeah, it's a great tune. We have to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how at the end, the whale song, you know.
Yeah. So you recognized it.
Yeah. When I heard that the first time, I was like going, is that what it is? And then this morning when I listened to it again, I go, yes, oh, you know, so, but it's I think it's one of the most beautiful sounds on the planet.
Yeah.
Is the whale song.
It's really therapeutic, and it was important for us to Matthew had the idea to put a whale sound at the end. And when I composed Coexistence, for me the whale was the main animal which was important for me for this particular song. In the middle of Coexistence there is some whale song as well, and especially now with what's going on with Paul Watson. I don't know if you followed the news of Paul Watson, the Earth Guardian who fights for whales not being killed everywhere around the world. He has been captured in Greenland.
Denmark, yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Denmark.
And this was it's really a devastating news for a lot of people, for me as well. It's really sad. So yeah, we wanted to give a voice to this powerful, majestical animals.
Like a 1 minute silence, you know.
Yeah.
For the whale at the end of the album, because they deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, I mean, I'll tell you what, you know, on Bandcamp they allow people to post their, you know, a little, you know, like a review on there, and I said, what a excellent, beautiful debut by this fantastic band. It brings me back to why I fell in love with progressive rock. And then, you know, and then I put my favorite track as Life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Because there is this movie, it was a multi-international movie many years ago. It was about the end of the world, but the last words that was said before the credits rolled is "Life is beautiful."
Yeah.
And because it showed that after, you know, a nuclear war and everything, that these people, humanity moved up to the northern pole, and at that point there was no more snow. It was all land, and then it was barren. And then when he says life is beautiful, you see a little something sprouting out, some sort of plant. So it's like you were just saying earlier, Mother Nature is going to renew herself, whether we're here or not. You know,
Yeah.
she will renew herself. And so that's why I pick life, because, you know, I think life is beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
And this, you know, if you haven't bought this album, or if you don't have space in your house or apartment or flat, you know, you can get a digital download, and then you can take it everywhere, wherever your phone goes, you know, or your tablet. You know, you'll be able to listen to it, and you can have your friends listen to it if they're not familiar with the band. And I almost guarantee you that once they hear it, if they're into progressive rock, and even if they're not, if they're into very symphonic music, they're gonna really like this one.
Nice.
You know, as I said, you know, I got this not too long ago, and I've already listened to it 4 times. So, you know, that, yeah. So it's like I mean, I go back to it, and just, you know, you got this nice trifold. Put it more in camera. You know, and then just like most CDs, you know, you get a nice little booklet. But the easiest way, if you want to go read their lyrics, is you go, you know, especially if you buy from Bandcamp, you can be able to see the lyrics there. And that's really nowadays the best place to buy from, especially yesterday, when we had the Bandcamp Friday, you know, where the bands get all of the proceeds, you know, and there's no other business out there like that, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we found out that the revenue share that they apply, finally it's compensated by the fact that you are on a platform and people can discover you on this platform.
Yeah.
And they buy you your music because you are on the platform. And finally, Bandcamp is like nearly free. It's a revolution in music history, modern music history.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the opposite of Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
So many people ask us if we are on Spotify, and I have to tell them, not now. We will be on Spotify, this is for sure. At the same time, yeah, sadly, because the artist doesn't see much of the money.
No.
Actually, we as an independent band,
we are auto-promoted.
Yeah, we are auto-promoted.
That's a hard work, a lot of work. And
so we spend a lot of money. We spend our own money to make the band, to produce the CDs, to pay the studio. We paid all by ourselves, and Bandcamp is a good choice to buy our CDs, so that we get a little bit of money back, because we don't see nearly any money from Spotify. So it's
no, that's
not a good way to support artists. Yeah.
yeah, I have a lot of people that that use Spotify, and I go, well, that's fine, but do you own the music? Did you buy their CD? Did you buy a download from the band? And if the answer is no, then you're, you know, it's almost like stealing. And I had one of my people that I've talked to saying, well, music should be free. And I said, yeah, so should musical instruments and so should studio time, but they're not.
It's really expensive.
You know, I said it costs the bands, the musicians, it costs them money to buy their instruments. It costs money to studio time if they don't do it in their home. You got to have a rehearsal place, because if you're doing it in your individual homes where you're piecing it together and you're going to go tour, you got to rehearse somewhere. And if you have, you know, like you guys, you have 5 people, you're going to need a place that fits 5 people, you know, and someone's small apartment isn't going to fit 5 people that way. You'll be very close together.
So actually, for now, we do all our rehearsals at Clement's house, our drummer. So he has a basement, and we do our rehearsals there. So luckily for that, we don't have to pay. It's the only thing we don't have to pay. Yeah, thank you. Merci beaucoup, Clément.
And you could probably be loud, and the neighbors won't.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
It can be really loud.
So, have you guys did any touring for this album yet, or planning on it?
Not now, not for now. So we hope that we will have some gigs next year. We hope that we will have some gigs in France, because, which is really funny. I think like the half of the albums we sell goes to the UK, for example. And we sell more albums to the UK and to the United States and Japan than to France. This is really funny. So yeah, we hope that we will have some gigs next year. I think yes. We don't know when, we don't know where. I know, okay, I can say it. We will play on an English progressive rock festival in 2026. It's the Fusion Festival, Fusion Without Boundaries Festival. It's in March. So yeah, we are really, really happy about that, because it was a big dream for us to go there, to go to the UK and play there. So wow, I'm so thankful. And we will play in the UK already in 2025 on another progressive rock festival, but I can't tell you more because I promised you I wouldn't. So yeah, we will be in the UK already in 2025.
So you just go look on Oddleaf's social media, and they'll definitely keep you updated there.
Of course.
It's funny you say that how you're small in France and big everywhere else. There's a lot of American progressive rock bands that are small in America and big everywhere else. So it's kind of weird how that works out, you know.
Yeah.
I do know in America, you know, while we may have a lot of progressive rock fans, everybody's so spread apart in comparison to Europe. Europe, you know, I mean, you can go to different countries within a day or two, you know, whereas you go across the United States, it takes 5 days on the bus, you know.
Something else.
And you're still in the same country, you know. You haven't gone to anywhere different. It's just different states. And it seems like the place I know in America that if you ever get to play is Chicago, because there's a guy there named Mark
We know Mark. We know him
that
really well.
that if he hasn't bought you over, he will. You know, he's that passionate.
It's Mark.
He's that passionate.
He is incredible. Actually, it's Mark who discovered us in 2020 when Life came out, our demo Life. So
yeah,
he fell in love with it, and he was so kind to give us some airplay on his radio station. So we know him really well. We love Mark. He's great.
I found out about you guys. I don't know if I told you. I found out through another radio station. The guy's name is Steve Swain.
Steve Swain. Okay. What is the radio station called?
I'm trying to remember what it was called because I don't really listen to them. But I just happened to be listening to it, and he has they also do a chat on Discord.
Okay.
So when people listen to the music, they're also talking about it. And one of my friends in there says, you know, you should try to get these guys on your show. And I said, okay. And I listened to it, and then I went to your YouTube and I watched the demos, and I was like, oh, okay, that's how I found out about you guys.
Hey. Funny.
Yeah. So it's a small little community where once you get into it, you know just about everybody that's involved.
Yeah.
It's like
and then of course plus you also get those what I would call a super fan. You know, those people that follow you and go to all your concerts, even fly out. You know, because not only Mark does that, but I've seen a couple other people that do that as well. You know, they go, so it's nice. I mean, I envy that because I would love to be able to go travel and see all this music, and on top of it all, just to see the different countries, because I've never been out of the United States unless you count going down to Mexico. That's the only place I've ever been outside of the United States. But I was only like 2 hours away. But
we want to thank you, Ron, because you remember you were the first one to make an interview with us, and it meant a lot for us. You know, when you are a new band, you feel a bit like an imposter because you are new. You come from medieval music and you try to do prog rock music. And this first interview, it was maybe one year and a half ago, I think.
Yeah.
It gave us a bit of confidence, you know, and thanks to that we could climb up the stairs and we managed to.
I mean, I think you all for, you know, accepting that first invitation, you know, as well as this invitation. You know, I mean, I don't do these too often anymore, you know, and when I do, I like helping people find out about, you know, the bands. And I mean, I was even telling a friend of mine this morning on through email, and I sent a picture of, you know, the album cover, and I said, this is a band you need to check out. So, you know, go to wherever you go and buy your stuff. I said, if it's on Bandcamp, go Bandcamp. You know, I think they have, I mean, I don't know if Laser's Edge has it, or, you know, just, and another guy, his name is Greg Walker. He does mail order stuff too. So it's like wherever, and then in Europe, whatever the vendors are there, and you can definitely purchase that. It'd be probably a lot cheaper to purchase on your Bandcamp directly to you guys. That you get the money as opposed to another vendor getting a chunk of your money. You and I think if this debut is any indication, I think you're going to be very well known very soon. Everybody's going to be saying, do you know Oddleaf? Do you know Oddleaf? Have you heard of them? Have you heard their music? I really think so, because the music is that good.
Oh, thank you.
We are
Thank
blushing.
you.
Thank you so much, Rose. Really, it means the world to us, because we are still a young band, and it's quite overwhelming for us to, when the CD came out on October 11th, everything went so fast. So we got a lot of messages and mails from all over the world, and we are not used to that. It was really it was overwhelming. It's still overwhelming, so it's quite hard to realize what's going on, but it's beautiful. So we are really thankful to all the people who have bought our album and who support us. It really, really means the world to us, really.
Yeah, that's the one thing I noticed with progressive rock bands. When there's something really good, you're going to start hearing everybody talking about it. And like I said, this is a very good debut. It's a beautiful album.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
And just to also let you know that at the end of the year, I'm going to be putting up a list of, I'm doing something different than other people where they do a top, the best of. I'm doing most listened to. And you guys are going to be on it.
Wow.
What I'm doing is at the last Saturday. So basically in 4 weeks, I'm going to do just a short little show, and I'm just going to show the albums and what I think about them, and just so people have something that if they may have missed them, to go get them.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, we're really thankful for it, because there are many, many gorgeous albums who came out this year. Really, really gorgeous albums. So we are really, really humbled.
Well, you're in very good company.
Yeah, I can tell you, we are really grateful and humbled that we find ourselves in some lists. It's incredible. It's unbelievable, actually. Yeah.
I remember something 5 years ago when we started to think about the Oddleaf project. Our only goal was maybe once to be on the stage and to play prog rock music. Just that was enough for us. And 5 years after, we already released our debut album, and we have so much positive reviews and positive comments, and it's overwhelming, and we are really, really thankful to this community. It feels like a big family.
Yeah.
Yes, the progressive rock community is like a big family. So going across multi nations, just about probably reaching every part of the earth.
Yeah.
So yeah,
music is the universal language, really.
It really is, yeah.
really, because even if you don't speak the same language, you can share your music taste. It's beautiful. So even sorry for we try our best for our English.
Oh,
Sorry
no,
for
you're fine.
that. No, but
You're
yes,
fine.
we try to share our emotions, our love for music with the songs we do. So
Each time before interviews, we feel a bit like there is an English test. That's cool, but that you are really, really great teacher.
Yeah. So
Well, I wanted to thank you guys for, taking the time out, Saturday evening, to talk with me. I just want people to see this again. Where ideal and denial collide. This is a very good album, and I am, I'm willing to bet it's going to be on a lot of those top lists from the different radio hosts to the different magazines that are out there. So that, if they didn't know who Oddleaf was before, they will now.
Thank you.
So you're welcome, and I thank you again for taking the time out to talk with me. And
thank you, Ron.
And
thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure to speak with you.
And I look forward to what comes next, the next chapter.
Yeah, the same for us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, and I'll keep in touch with you guys.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Thank you, Ron.